Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Cryptid Huntress, and boy, we have another great show today. We're going to be going into the topic of Yellowstone National Park today and all of the anomalies that surround this park with the cryptid encounters, the animals that are said to be fleeing. Of course, mainstream media says that is all misinformation. Okay, and that's just a natural occurrence. However, we are going to really dive deep into that, into some strange weather patterns we've seen over the area and around the Midwest lately, that fault line, the super volcano, and a lot of other anomalies. I've even done some remote viewing of Yellowstone National Park via Barry Littleton, and he's given me a couple of blind coordinate remote viewing targets almost 3 years ago, y'all. Can't believe we've been doing it that long here on air. About 2.5 or more years ago, Barry gave me the remote viewing targets of the Yellowstone Lake Whispers or something, and we're going to go over that today a little bit. And Gugway in the fog, said to kidnap hikers out of Yellowstone National Park. Of course, we do have a massive missing persons cluster in Yellowstone National Park. We have some statistics there. We've got some numbers. We're going to talk about that and all of the connections that we're about to start making today. Y'all hold on and buckle up, buttercups, like I like to say. And I also do have our good friends Geryl and Jane Fountain here of Midwest Night Watchers and Chiro Sounds, and we're going to have a really good time today, y'all. It's a little concerning, actually, some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today, but it's very important that we have a discussion about it, because it seems like a lot of the things that might need to be on our radar are being conveyed to the public as misinformation and stuff like that. So let's sort it out today, y'all. We're gonna do it together, and maybe it is a bunch of misinformation. Who knows? I'm gonna get Jane and Geryl's opinions on all this, and you guys, we have the best chat ever. Especially even today, y'all. I'm looking. We've got such a wonderful chat going on already today. Thank you to all my moderators and my channel members for being here. Y'all are the best. You guys really do add a lot to all the shows, and I do appreciate y'all very much. If you guys would like to follow along with my social media links, I do post a lot on social media. Please go over to my website, and you can check out all of the social media links there. It's thecryptidhuntress.com. Of course, I have my Patreon links and my shop. It's called War Woman Goods. All those links are there on my website. So thank you for checking out my website. Also, my calendar of events, I do have several public events that I will be at, conferences and festivals, including the Super Soldier Activation Conference coming up. I'll be there. The Fall Georgia Bigfoot Conference in Georgia, I'll be there. And also, and the Molina Bigfoot Festival in Georgia as well, I'll be there. So y'all check that out on my website there. Okay. All right. Well, let's get to our show today. Because I think I almost bit off more than I could chew today. Okay, because we need to cover all of these topics. It's a whole lot, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're exploring the high strangeness of Yellowstone National Park, America's first national park, and the oldest in the world. From the growing cluster of missing people, cryptids, and strange creature encounters, and recent sightings of animals fleeing the area, concerns have been sparked of an imminent, massive eruption of a super volcano in the park. Geryl and Jane Fountain of Midwest Night Watchers and Chiro Sounds are here to discuss all of this with us today. I'm even going to show you guys a video of actual Bigfoots in Yellowstone National Park. I can't wait. Please help me welcome to the show our good friends, Jane and Geryl Fountain. Hey, Jane. Hey, Geryl.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Thank y'all so much for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yellowstone's one of my favorites.
Oh gosh, I would love. Well, I like the movie, the show, the TV show. Okay, but I've never been to Yellowstone, not yet. Have you guys been there before?
I've been there several times. Yes.
Oh, very nice.
My
very
mother
nice.
moved out there, and she actually moved to Montana, but it's an hour and a mile and a half away from the Yellowstone border.
Oh my gosh.
And so then she passed. My brother took over her place, and so he is in that area. So he's right there, a mile and a half away from one of the borders. So I'm very familiar with the area.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I cannot wait to go there one day. I've got to go on a tour of the United States and our national parks just to look for Dogman and Bigfoot, if nothing else.
Yep.
It's gorgeous.
It is absolutely beautiful. And actually, you know what? I've got some pictures to show of the park. I know people are pretty familiar with it. It's been all over the news lately because we got this super volcano in the park. Yeah, that sounds dangerous. It's actually one of the biggest volcanoes in the world, they say.
Yeah.
And that is frightening, which could be detrimental. I mean, it could really take out tens of thousands of people if this thing were to erupt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll affect the whole United States for sure.
Oh my gosh, I actually have maps that show the area. Now, right now we're showing the beautiful side of Yellowstone. Okay. To me, it looks super squatchy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Perfect place for Bigfoots to reside, to hide, to thrive. And one thing that really kind of irritates me to the point where like I almost don't want to go to Yellowstone is the tourist and how they have been. There's all these videos of them encroaching upon the wildlife there. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's always people trying to take pictures of bison and moose and all that, and they ended up getting gored or ran over or their cars getting destroyed.
Yeah, moose is not something you want to go up and hug.
No, I don't think anyone was hurt in the takings of these pictures, y'all. Okay. But can you imagine getting that close for a selfie to a bison?
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't know. I've just seen too many tragic videos and of people getting headbutted and trampled all over when it comes to that. But my goodness, it's like a line. Like I remember back when we were in high school. Okay, y'all don't make fun of me, please. But I know people used to cruise the plaza back when I was a kid and a teenager. That's what, when you live in a small town, that's what you do on the weekends. Okay. And God, can't believe I'm talking about this, but it reminds me of that. When you look at videos today of people that are tourists in Yellowstone, there's cars like backed up. I guess maybe a lot of them, they're like it's like they're cruising. People are parking their cars and getting out and like hanging out, taking pictures of the wolves and the bison and the meese, the moose out there. And it just seems like it's very crowded. It seems really crowded.
It seems like car accidents going through the park is like the #1 reason why people get hurt. Not because of the wildlife necessarily or the hiking. It's because they're not paying attention. They're watching moose or bison. They're looking over the side. They start slowing down. The person back of them rear ends them, or they stop really fast because a bear or something crosses the road. And
now, see, that's just not normal with the bear.
No, it's not. It's not. Sorry, y'all. My son's phone is ringing.
Your son's
I'm gonna mute
phone.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I usually have that thing on vibrate, so sorry. But yeah, okay. But you see, okay, so I was just showing pictures of like the bears.
Right.
There's a bunch of bears in the road. And this is actually kind of what, I'm not going to say this is something that was like sparking people to start posting about how the animals were fleeing out of the park recently and stuff. But there's, especially if you go on our trusted news source, TikTok, a lot of people, and I say that jokingly, Okay. There are a lot of people that are posting videos of animals like leaving in mass, is what it looks like,
Right.
out of the park. Okay. First of all, is that normal? Don't animals migrate anyways? And second of all, what would they be running from if they were leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they do migrate, and usually it's within the park. I mean, there's 2.2 million acres in Yellowstone. A lot of people don't realize how big this park actually is.
Right.
So
It's
there's
huge.
high grounds, there's low grounds, there's prairies. So they had their normal summer hangout. Then when winter or fall starts to get here, they move. But the pictures and videos that they're showing online are actually big groups of animals, and the bears and the elk, and all this is moving out of their normal migrating pattern, I think, but they say they're not. I mean, the park rangers and experts are all saying, no, this is normal, but I don't think it's
Right.
quite as normal as they're saying it is.
Now, I will say, I think the bison, buffalo, whatever you want to call them, that is a normal thing, because you do see that every year and everybody's panicking. So I contacted my brother who lives up there, and he says, oh, those crazy news people. He said, this happens all the time. Now, this year I haven't talked to him, but mountain lions and bears, that's not a common thing. But all of them grouping together like that and leaving. Now, I understand about the buffalo, because they probably do that every year and everybody just freaks out.
Yes, it makes you wonder. Now I'm gonna share my screen here if I can get it to. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties the past couple of shows here, so it might take just a second.
No,
but I am attempting. Here we go. It's just kind of slow today. But I wanted the audience to see this, okay? Because it says I just did a DuckDuckGo search, just a search of wildlife fleeing Yellowstone. Okay, and it's just got a lot of, it shows pictures, but all the articles, especially, it's always the mainstream articles, mostly the first page, right? MSM and official government pages will usually get the first spots right there. But it says, Yellowstone animal exodus. Why are they leaving? And are animals leaving Yellowstone? And here's the facts, but a lot of them, like PolitiFact, says, animals aren't fleeing Yellowstone National Park. And of course, we got this one here. It says the travel.com, Yellowstone's fleeing animals spark imminent volcanic, let's see if I find volcanic worries or something like that. Okay. And if I click on it, I'll probably lose it, y'all. That's why I'm not going to click on it. My computer will freeze up. But this one right here says Yellowstone animal exodus is fake news. Okay. So animals are not fleeing. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, it's fake news. Okay. They're not fleeing. And just like you said, Jane, people who are from there, people around there, they're like, no, it's just normal. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely normal. But what if it's not? Okay. What if it's not? We all know my trust in the mainstream media has gone to nothing, hardly, okay, at this point. But if insiders that live up there are saying that it's, they're just migrating, I think a lot of them are migrating. But we do have maybe an imminent threat of this volcanic eruption that's going on up there.
Right.
And I'm not trying to put fear into anybody, right? Because we're a no fear zone over here. All right. We're no fear. But this could be a thing, right? Whether natural or man-made disaster. Okay. We're about to get into that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could it be? Because we've had a lot of strange radar anomalies and stuff going on lately, and earthquakes. Geryl, you were just telling me there was an earthquake up there just a few days ago.
Yeah, just a few days ago. We had that 3.8, and I don't see a lot of it online. I saw a couple places online talking about it, and so maybe the animals sense that. Maybe they sense a little bit more, because they have earthquakes all the time in Yellowstone.
Right,
in that area.
It's
they have minor tremors. They have all the way up to just under 1, but this was 3.8, so it was pretty big for that area.
Yeah, 3.8 is pretty big. Okay, I mean, and it's not the largest. Okay, but it's still, you're gonna feel it, right? And this is okay. So this is the threat. Okay, Yellowstone volcano, and just to give you some perspective here, I found this map online. I don't know where it came from. I just found this online, and it says the most dangerous and active volcanoes in the world. Okay, and right there on the very top corner, we have Yellowstone, USA. Some other ones for the listening audience today, I'll name them off. We also have Mount Rainier, that's in the USA. We have Mount St. Helens, okay, and we have, I can't read that one, Nova Rupta volcano. I don't even know where that is.
That's in Alaska, right?
Oh, it's in Alaska. Yeah, it's pointing to Alaska. That's right. We also have Mount Vesuvius in Italy. We have Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines, Mount Fuji in Japan, Mount Merapi in Indonesia. And then I can't see this last one. I'm going to take my banner down to read this last one here. And that is Mount Agung in Indonesia there. Okay, so boy, I tell you what, I need some glasses. I need to put my glasses on, y'all. I'm getting old. But anyways, it's ranked up with one of the top most dangerous and active volcanoes in the world. And that is concerning. Okay, very concerning, considering that we've had a lot of weird disasters going on lately. If this were to erupt, okay, if it were to erupt, this is the area that is going to be affected the worst. Okay, Yellowstone is in that upper far corner of Wyoming, and that's one of the maps we got here as to what would happen if that volcano did erupt. I mean, they have an official kill zone up there. I mean, it's like nothing would survive. Nothing in that red zone right there. If this were to go out, the brown zone is the hot ash zone, and then raining ash going all the way down into the deep south, actually, and all the way over to the west coast and up into Canada. Okay, but even where I live in Georgia would be affected. You know, that's all the way across the country,
right?
Which is wild.
Well, we know how the U.S. was affected by Mount St. Helens when it erupted. All the ash fall all over. So if the super volcano in Yellowstone goes like that map shows, it's going to affect almost the United States.
Yeah, we'll be in trouble.
Oh yeah, we're all going to be in trouble for the most part. And it's pretty scary. Okay, and I know that we actually talk a good bit about underground bases, you know, and things that are going on. I mean, some of us are even suspicious that maybe some of these earthquakes are being caused by like some underground drilling and activity, things like that, or even an earthquake machine. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay,
I believe that.
Yeah. So
I mean, that map you showed, look how close those other two volcanoes are to Yellowstone. So if Yellowstone erupts, you're going to have Mount St. Helens and Rainier right there close by. I mean, some of them are like 900 miles away, but they're still close enough in their range where they possibly could erupt at the same time or right shortly after, just because of Yellowstone going off.
Whatever happened to the one that's supposed to be in the water on the outside of Oregon that they claimed that was supposed to blow? You don't hear anybody talking about that anymore.
No.
Because they said when that went, Yellowstone and everything else is supposed to go too. Now you don't hear anything about that.
And I'm sure everybody in your chat knows of Edgar Casey, where he predicted that be careful when Vesuvius starts acting up, that it's going to affect the United States. And recently I saw an article where they said there's rumblings going on at Mount Vesuvius. So it's getting ready. It's getting ready to be active.
And that's the one in Italy.
Well, and we also have that map. I thought I had it pulled up, but I don't. But it's that map where, like, I will be living on oceanfront property in North Georgia, basically, where everything is flooded. The Mississippi River has basically split the country in half. And I don't know if California becomes an island or just goes underwater again. I mean, it's pretty apocalyptic, actually, if you ask
Right.
me. And not to mention the fact that, some of the tech billionaires and, Gates and Zuckerberg, they've like bought all the land of the highest elevations out in the Midwest and stuff. And it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. You got to keep your eye on stuff like that.
If you look at real old maps, real ancient maps, that end times map pretty much matches how it used to be anyway. Like the Mississippi Valley going all the way down across the middle of the U.S., that was flooded plains area anyway. So maybe it's going to revert back to the way it was.
Yeah, maybe. It might be. I remember, there's maps where California was an island, right?
Right.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's just hope things stay calm. Okay, we're gonna stay calm, everybody, and not. I'm not trying to put fear, like I said, into anyone about this, but we do need to discuss it. I think it's really
you need to be watchful.
We need to be watchful. Not to mention all of the Bigfoots and Dogmen and all the other things that are out there in this park. And I did mention I do have a really good video to show the audience today of multiple Bigfoots on the camera, the official cameras of Yellowstone National Park out there. And as a matter of fact, I found an article where I think it was Lon Strickler, the Phantoms and Monsters website. He had confirmed on his website. I don't know if he interviewed one of the park rangers or somebody had interviewed a park ranger, and they confirmed those are actual Sasquatch in this video.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Now, if they start getting together by thousands, we're really going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, the Bigfoots?
Yeah. If we start seeing Bigfoots and Dogman all gathering down the highway, leaving the Yellowstone, we'll be in trouble.
I know. They're leaving en masse. I know. It'd be at night probably. Okay. But still.
That's true. Yeah.
It is pretty scary. Okay.
You mentioned park rangers. You see these videos where people talking about stories from park rangers, and supposedly the park rangers will tell stories of what they find, whether it's the Wendigo or the Sasquatch or the other strange things going on. They won't say it, to a mass crowd, but deep down, in the low hush hush, they talk about everything they see all the time.
Oh yeah. Yes, well, we actually have a couple of pictures to show at the end of the show today. Before we go, I'm going to pull up a couple of pictures of alleged Dogmen in some of our national parks out there. I even had a video. I couldn't find the video to show you guys today, but I do have a video of an alleged Dogman running. It was supposed to be from the Department of Homeland Security, actually. And so if I can find that, I'll put it on my social media today. But nonetheless, okay. Well, I'm going to take some of these comments down and maybe find some more pictures here. This place is absolutely beautiful, but they have a lot of people that are going missing from this park too. Not just to kind of bounce around a little bit on these topics. It's one of the places that has the highest concentration of missing people, okay, at a national park. Clusters, let's pull up the map. Of course, we have our cave systems. This is an old map. I know Bigfoot Dwarfs in the chat. I know he's always saying this is an old map. It's a very old map. Okay, 2012, y'all. However, it is a good representation of the concentrations of where the people are going missing. Okay, at some of these parks, and it doesn't have the largest cluster of missing people, but there's a lot of missing people at this park. Now let's see if I can find my notes here. Oh, you know what? Actually, I was going to pull up a website.
Well, there was like 732 missing people from like 2018 to 2020. I found that online.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a website right here. We're gonna pull up. If I can share my screen, y'all. Sorry.
So many people go missing every year in the park, and some of them is just like accidental hiking, they get lost, whatever, but then there's ones that they can't find or they can't figure out, okay, this isn't normal. What happened to these people? They just disappeared.
Those are probably the ones that went on a trail and it says do not go any further, and they go, okay, I'm going to anyway.
Exactly. Well, a lot of the missing persons cases could be natural disasters, people falling, go into a cave or fall down, or shoot, an animal could eat them. or something.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot that could go wrong there. But there are a lot of missing people, and they don't keep official. It says they really don't keep official numbers.
No, they
According to
don't.
the research that I did. And that was the same with the whole Missing 411 series with David Paulides. I'm just going to kind of scrolling to, these are just some articles. It's got some pictures of some of the missing persons, children.
Yeah,
Many,
David
many
Martin.
Mm-hmm. David Martin. Let's see. I have some cases here, of course, but we don't have to go over all the individual cases. But it says officially the park does not track the missing people.
Wonder why.
They don't keep track of it.
Hmm.
Some of the so this is kind of the same thing. I was looking for some information on the official records of the missing people at this park, and it said when asked for a list of missing people, the Yellowstone Public Park Affairs Office referred them to the National Park's cold case database containing 25 missing persons cold cases for all national parks. Now, I don't believe that there's only 25 missing persons officially.
Mm-mm.
No, there's thousands.
Yellowstone is huge.
Yes. It is absolutely crazy. They actually, in this article that I was reading, they were actually saying that they called them, I hate to say this, it's almost like it's a bad word to some people, but a bastard search. Okay. It's not a real bad cut. Y'all know I try not to cuss too much on my show, but they call it search and rescue. People call them bastard searches. And they were a lot of the people that go missing. They've classified them kind of right off the bat as a bastard search. Now, what that means is that maybe it's just people that may have gone home or gone somewhere else. They're not actually missing. They're just maybe at home and their family doesn't know that they went back home. Okay?
Right.
Like they're not official missing persons cases. And what they do is they label a lot of the missing persons cases as bastard searches is what they call them. Okay. They say that it refers to checking all the obvious locations to make sure the supposed victim isn't sitting at home watching baseball and snacking on chips. The derogatory term describes that person who is hiding out and not missing. So they're kind of labeling a lot of these people as bastard searches. Okay.
Wow.
Of course, also something else that I wanted to note here at Yellowstone National Park is that there's like a literal, it's almost like a cartel, okay, of people that, and this is how it was described in some of the articles I was reading, of people that go out shed hunting. Now, I know, Geryl, you know what shed hunting is, right? You're a hunter, have
Yep.
been. And that's where people go and pick up antlers, right?
Yep.
And it's illegal. I believe it's illegal at the park.
Yeah, any national park or even state park, you're not supposed to mess with the fauna. You're not supposed to pick flowers. Obviously, you don't take any rocks or anything from the parks. They want it to be kept natural as possible. So sheds include.
Yeah. Okay. I love finding some antlers. Okay. I found a big one down at our farm about 2 years ago, and I was super excited about that. Okay. It's like God's gift. It's like Mother Nature has left you a gift. Okay. But I can imagine with things like these gigantic deer, caribou, whatever that thing right there is. Okay. And the mooses, things like this. Imagine getting some of those, man. Wow. That would be cool. They're very expensive.
Oh.
Okay. Antlers go for a lot of money. So they have people out there that do like poaching and stuff, they say. And they have like rivals, like people will go out there and I guess the park service, the rangers and the game wardens go out there and I think they set people up. Okay. Out there, they go and hide and they try to catch poachers out there for that. But they say that some people go like rival shed hunters.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, that'd be a great reality show.
Yeah, it would.
I mean,
Actually,
it's just as bad as when they had the ban on ivory tusk from elephants. I mean, it's getting to that point when people are going out looking for sheds, and are they picking the ones up out of the ground? Are they actually doing it off of live animals? Also, I mean, you got to wonder about that.
Exactly. I know, right? I have actually gotten deer antlers for my dog. My dogs love deer antlers.
Yeah, we've done. Yeah,
and they're expensive. Okay,
Mhm.
because I used to buy antler tips to make jewelry out of and stuff, and I still have some. I may have a necklace or two in my shop actually with some deer antlers. I used to make necklaces out of them, and they're expensive.
Yeah.
unless you can find like a really good like private seller who goes out and does shed hunting, and which I did. That's how I got mine. They're expensive, or you get them from China, but I don't recommend that. Okay.
Yeah, if you find one cheap in a store or a farm store, it's not a real antler. It's probably fake, because we have made that mistake, and the dog goes through it within 5 minutes, and you're going, "That's not a real antler."
I mean, even knives had bone and antler for handles. I mean,
some
of those are the most collected weaponry, I guess, or knives, especially if they have real antlers and how innate they're carved.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are the prettiest ones, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get wedding bands and stuff made out of antlers now too. I know you can go to Etsy. I know. Look, yeah, beautiful, beautiful jewelry. Okay, all right. Well, let's talk a little bit more about some of the deaths that happen at this park too, because, and I want to get into my remote viewing information for some of the targets that Barry gave me in regard to Yellowstone. Because I think it's all pertinent to our conversation today. But they say that car crashes and heart attacks are the top causes of deaths at Yellowstone National Park. Okay, and Geryl, you had mentioned that. I would imagine wildlife would be running into cars out there too.
Yeah, there is. I mean, it covers a whole gamut, but like you said, number one is because of people watching the wildlife or stopping abruptly, and they have all these crashes and people speeding through the park. You can't believe how fast some of the people go through the park.
I would not. Well, I mean, if something was chasing me, I would probably drive my truck quickly through there. Okay, but other than that, it seems dangerous because there are literally so many wolves, coyotes, foxes, bison, buffalo, whatever. Or bison and buffalo, same thing. Those two different animals.
Technically, there's two different animals.
Yeah, because I don't think there is any really buffalo left. This is kind of like what we kind of hybrided in a way.
Just a hybrid buffalo.
Yeah, so they're not really buffalo anymore. They call them bison.
Okay, well, thank you for the info, because I didn't know. They look like this. To me, they look the same. I don't know. We don't have those here in the South. Okay.
Not yet.
We just have we have cows and bulls down here. We don't have them yet. We have a real healthy armadillo population right now too, and possums. Okay.
Yeah, they're running too, not just Yellowstone. So that's kind of weird too. Why are they running from the Tennessee, Missouri area? That's kind of weird, because we just had a report. Well, Geryl mentioned it, that if you see an armadillo, you need to report it because they're not supposed to be in Illinois. Well, why are they in Illinois now?
Illinois, Indiana, all the other kind of the top, kind of the states that border the South, kind of getting up into the north. They're saying, hey, if you see any of these animals, let us know. So it's like, okay, what's going on with that?
New Madron fault. So it may not just be Yellowstone. I mean, that's not normal for us to have armadillo.
Well, we used to not have armadillo in Georgia either. That was only a Florida thing when I was a kid. I remember I would always like to look at, well, we only saw them like smushed on the road most of the time. But I always was fascinated with armadillo when I was a kid. And now we've got them here, and they will tear up your garden. Okay, so I know my sister cannot stand those armadillos that get in her garden. They will tear everything up. Okay, but
that's just as bad as possums and skunks around here. I mean, you'll wake up and just have things destroyed.
Well, you guys, Jane, you and I had that conversation recently about how the animals are acting strange lately, and that's animals everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what are some of the strange activities that your animals around the farm have been doing lately?
Well, we've noticed, I mean, we do have a 24/7 camera going, not just our shows. And I will have the camera on a certain area that will have a lot of the wildlife come up and just eat sunflower seeds. They don't care if there's no seeds in it, just shells. But what we've noticed the last couple of weeks, and the last couple of nights have slowed down. So I will say they are starting to slow down. But the last couple of weeks, right at dusk, like at 8:30, it's been nonstop animals. I'm talking 5-6 skunks, 3 raccoons, possums, the fox is coming up. Everybody's eating at the same time. They're acting like they're starving. And it's not just them, the birds. I've gone through so much bird feed faster than what I normally do.
Guilty, me too.
And the
Me
goats
too.
are, I mean, they normally fight over the food, but they're just acting like they're all starving. Every single animal, birds, they act like they're stocking up for wintertime. It's not wintertime yet. So I don't know what is going on, but that this is not normal behavior to watch our cameras at night and have almost nonstop wildlife in the backyard. And we're not out in the country. This is the edge of our town. And they just are eating and eating and eating. So
Wow.
that's not normal behavior. So I'm not sure what's really going on.
Well, okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this on the show. I think I might have, but I had seen before I did the show with you guys this past weekend, there was a raccoon in the yard, a gigantic raccoon, just trotting along. I thought it was a cat because it was so big, and then I had to take a double take, and I realized it was just a gigantic raccoon, which is very, very odd. We don't have raccoons out here, not during the daytime. We never see them
Right.
out here. And I also feed the birds. We have like we have about 6+ bird feeders in the yard. Okay. And so you can imagine I'm always out there putting scoops of feed in their, containers, but it's mostly the squirrels that are eating it. Okay. Squirrels are hungry, I guess, but they are going through it like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone. I mean, I have to fill them up every day. I don't have to, but I do. Okay.
And I never used to have to fill them up every single day either. And here lately I have been.
Yeah. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it could also be like the temperature fluctuations and stuff too. Maybe that's messing with them or something. I mean, barometric pressure. I don't know. There's just something odd.
Maybe the human residence is throwing them off. Maybe there's a high flux of the radiation and the changing of, I mean, maybe it's going to a higher dimension. Maybe we're all changing and Earth's moving a little bit.
And yeah, go ahead, Jane. You had mentioned solar flares too, right?
Yeah, we just had another big solar flare. They said that actually is facing. So I think in the next couple of days, we're going to have some more activity. But the animals act like they're stocking up before they go into hibernation in the wintertime. And, possums, skunks, coons, they don't really fully hibernate like a bear, but you don't see them that often in the wintertime because they fatten up and then they burrow themselves down. Well, they're kind of acting like they're, fattening up and they're getting ready to go underground from something.
Oh gosh, going underground. Do you
think it's not wintertime? This is only August. We're not going to have cold weather. I mean, I see skunks and stuff all the way in like November.
Well, okay. Well, there's something that I guess I'll show the audience today. I don't know. I was debating whether I wanted to show this or not because this could be controversial a little bit, but this is a true radar picture. Okay. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been following, there's a couple of accounts on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram where they show like weird anomalies on the weather radars. And I was talking with Cryptid, Mark Maychak. I don't know if Mark's in the chat today, but he's usually at work during the day. but he sent me an interesting article yesterday, so I want to give him credit for this. But we were kind of discussing these. They're called global radar donuts. I know it sounds weird, but these things, stuff like this is being seen. This is a screenshot that I took from the video that you sent me.
Wow!
But this is weird.
Harp.
Okay. Stuff like that. Well, this is for entertainment purposes only. But these are perfectly round radar anomalies, and they're spinning. Okay, they're spinning, and now, Geryl, I know I sent you the link last night, and I was like, you gotta check this out. They're talking about these could be birds.
Oh, baloney!
That's a lot of birds. Okay, let me show that again. That's a lot of birds.
Oh, baloney! And
to me, it seems not natural. Okay, stuff like that. And I believe this was the one which says 69. I think that's over Indiana. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
one of those
one's
over Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not saying this is over Yellowstone. Okay, it's not over Yellowstone. But with the technology that is out there, I'm not saying that people are trying to doom and gloom humanity here. Okay, but what if things like that are maybe they're being used for good, but they could also be used for destruction too, I would think.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't know what's causing this. I mean, you see all the videos of the animals going in circles.
Right.
That's very
But
right.
you don't
Yeah.
hear that now, though. I don't see any current videos of them doing that now.
No, but it was very prominent, and it was sheep and all kinds of animals doing it, acting be weirdly. And so normally on a radar, you see like a big flock of birds flying through. They say, okay, that's just the birds or whatever flying through, but not a donut shape. They don't. So are they flying around in a circle? Is that what they're trying to tell us? That something's affecting them where they're now flying around in circles like the animals on the ground were?
Man, it's weird. Okay. And yes, I mean, even ants walk around in circles too, right? And there's something to it. There's also, I mean, I don't know why in my mind I'm seeing that big black cube. It's like in the Middle East or somewhere.
Yeah.
All the men, like,
All the
I guess
people
just men,
around it.
people, they walk around it, and it looks like, if you do like a overhead view, it looks like the way ants move and stuff. It's just, what is that? Okay, like, what is the symbology behind that?
I don't know what makes them do it. What makes the animals do it? That's the weird thing. Is it frequencies? Are they putting out frequencies from a tower or waves like a harp wave almost?
Yes, that was my first reaction was like, that is not natural. That is some kind of energy frequency that is unnatural. Is put out there. So we are contending with a lot of different things right now as far as humanity goes and our environment and the weather, okay, and animals. And so I can assume, you know, I've mentioned when we talked about Alaska in the past, why are the animals in the Alaska Triangle so much more violent against humans than a lot of places? Well, my guess was, well, maybe it's some of the HAARP,
frequencies,
weather manipulation stuff that's going on up there. It's putting out frequencies and tones and stuff, and humans maybe can't hear it, even though we are affected by it. But the animals can hear it, maybe.
Right.
And it's got to be really upsetting.
I think we are starting to hear them because I've had pitches for quite a few years. I'm hearing many people saying they're hearing different pitches and frequencies, and it's not tinnitus or whatever you want to call that thing. You're hearing frequencies, and I'm hearing it out of both ears. There's different pitches up and down. I'd rather hear crickets at night because it drowns out the sound that I'm hearing. Many people are hearing, I think we're hearing some kind of frequency. And if we can, the animals are.
Absolutely.
Definitely the animals are hearing these frequencies too.
And don't forget, you know, whether it's man-made frequencies or maybe it's earth frequencies, maybe because volcanoes and earthquakes will put out an EMF low frequency, so it'll make you have brain fog, it'll make you have nauseous stomach, it'll make you have aches and pains. So if a super volcano or say one of the faults is getting ready to go off, it'll start emitting EMFs.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, some people were even mentioning in that video of the global donut radar donuts. I think that's a perfect name for those, by the way. Global radar donuts.
I've seen them on radars.
Well, some people were saying, well, what if it's a portal or something? Some kind of, you know, like how CERN, maybe something like CERN, maybe that's above a large ion collider, a large hadron collider.
Could be.
Well, even 15 years ago, I was in a private little group on Facebook, and I'm still kind of in it. But we actually started out with chemtrails and HAARP and watching live maps and watching these rings appear in the storms, like you can see it activate, similar to what you were showing. And we were saying it's HAARP.
Yeah.
Did any of those donuts occur during Lionsgate?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Oh yeah.
I think that it definitely deserves some more research on that.
Wow.
And the first time I had ever seen those was last night when Mark sent me a link to check out, and I thought, man, this could have a, you know, we're dealing with energy and frequencies,
right?
Man-made stuff, and if there is like a mass, I'm not saying like the normal migration patterns, I'm talking about like a mass exodus, or even like a mass migration that is an anomaly out of Yellowstone. Potentially there could be some kind of frequency weaponry going on there.
Absolutely. Maybe they're testing something new. Maybe they're putting it out. Maybe they activated a new tower. We don't know.
It could be, and, and I know that like my mind always goes to the negative side, right? But maybe, just maybe, maybe they could use that for positive too, to stop the volcano from erupting. I'm pretty sure if they can make, there's like energy weapons out there that could like make earthquakes happen, make volcanoes do whatever they're going to do, erupt. Maybe they could also stop it, but I don't know. I try to look at the positive side. But
I mean, just like places with avalanches for snow, they go up there and they use a little explosive to try to activate the fault so it doesn't wipe out a big snow village or somebody going out there to a ski resort. So they purposely ignite these explosives to discharge all that heavy weight of snow to get it to go natural, or kind of naturally, man-made obviously, but to help protect people. So maybe they can do the same thing like you're saying with earthquakes, relieve the tension a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I think that we've all been conditioned to expect the worst. Okay. And so that's why we're always, my mind goes to the worst. Okay. That could happen. I try not to though. There's a lot of people in the chat right now, or a few minutes ago, because I'm always behind in the comments, that are saying that they've been hearing ringing in their ears. And I actually just had that this morning, and I haven't had ringing in my ears in a long time. Not as profoundly as I did today and yesterday too. A lot of, maybe it's the barometric pressure changing or something. We have a lot of rain today. I think my neighbors had a tree that fell down overnight or something. By the way, they're cutting a tree down right now. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Hopefully not.
Nope, can't hear it.
Right outside my window. Okay. but there's been a lot of rain, strange weather patterns too out here. So it could be that, but there's a lot. Of course, Andrew says ascension symptoms, which that could also be it.
I've heard that.
Thank you, Andrew.
No, it's not just, there is a ringing of the ear that, starts, and within like 30 seconds to a minute, it goes away. That's a different ringing of the ear. This is nonstop. Different pitches. It sounds like tuning forks. It's totally different than actual ringing of the ear that happens.
Oh gosh. These are some interesting.
There's a lot of people here doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is some interesting comments right here too. Leah says, someone said one of the frequencies are being used to make us forget.
Oh yeah.
Others say we can hear the frequencies of the higher realms as our bodies adapt. Oh man, it's like a straight up Men in Black, the MIB mind wipe wand on all of us. Constantly.
Wow.
Gosh, that's scary to think about. Valley Boy James, what's up, says, President Obama produced an apocalypse movie called Leave the World Behind. In the movie, all the animals started acting very weird. That was one of the signs. The fact that he produced it is odd. I agree.
Oh.
I agree with that. That's they put it out there in the movies, y'all. Okay, for us to see. It's but then again, that's also part of what Barry and I have talked about with the collective consciousness, where things are put out there for us to create with our own manifesting abilities. Okay, and it's all on the negative side of things.
Right. And and if enough people worry about it, say the whole US all of a sudden goes on warning, where all of a sudden they think, okay, the fault line is going to go off, or the super volcano in Yellowstone's going to go off. Well, the animals is going to pick up on the negativity of all the humans in here, and they're going to start wondering, okay, what's going on? Why all of a sudden is everybody's consciousness focusing on this? And so the animals are going to pick that up.
Animals know.
Animals do know. I agree. And Angelique says, are the donuts new? The global radar donuts. We're all going to be talking about global radar donuts now, aren't we? Or is our technology just now picking them up? Good question too.
I seen them 15 years ago.
You did see them 15 years ago.
Yes, and this group on Facebook, we were watching live weather maps and seeing these circles just appearing out of nowhere and then disappearing. And so they were just like that. They were donuts, they were circles, and that was around 2010.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're probably not new. We're just kind of picking up. They're on the radar. They're on my radar now for sure.
People think we're crazy. They thought we were tinfoil hatters back then. Well, I guess we were.
Yes. Ida says the frequency is definitely affecting my dogs so much that they are very sensitive and needy, not to mention they can't stop scratching.
Yep.
And shaking their ears. And it may not just be ear mites. You've seen their dogs shaking their ears. I think the frequencies are affecting them.
Yes, and the ticks are really bad this year. My dog's medication is not working like it normally does. Okay?
Ticks, fleas, flies.
Yes.
All three are really, really bad. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's wild, y'all. We're living in crazy times for sure. Actually, I wanted to show this. I want to share my screen again and show. It's a website that says no, the wildlife at Yellowstone is not a petting zoo. And it shows pictures of some of the people there. I know I want to get to the Bigfoot stuff here in just a minute. But I want to show this before we run out of time because I think this is a great source right here for everybody. We're going to see the absurdity of what some of the tourists at Yellowstone National Parks do. Okay, and it may take just a second for my computer to catch up, but I am sharing the screen. And it's still not coming up. Okay. Well, if it'll come up after I quit talking about it, probably.
Can I go pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? Dang it, it's not showing it. Okay. If it doesn't come up, even though it says it's sharing it on my computer, I will post the links. Actually, I could just post the link I'll post a link in the chat right now. If I can get it to. I can't do anything, y'all. There's something wrong with my computers, all of them. It's all that movie that I downloaded, Geryl.
Oh, no.
It's Geryl's
Okay,
fault.
I'll do it after the show, y'all. It says that it's sharing right now, but it's not actually. So let me
I
go
don't
back.
see anything.
Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing, even though it's not sharing anyways. Okay.
That'll probably come up.
And it did. It just tried to, but too late. Okay, so I will put the link in the chat or in the description box after the show or the comments after the show, y'all. It says Yellowstone is not a petting zoo. Okay, and please don't go pet that dog. They're not dogs.
Yeah.
They are wolves and they are bears. Okay, it's not safe out at Yellowstone.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you're heading to Yellowstone, go see Yogi and Boo Boo. They don't live there anymore. Everybody moved.
Idaho.
Yeah, or there was a Utah. I think they were saying
Idaho's part of the park.
If the Utah was part of that, means it'd be going through Colorado also. So don't know. Yeah, I just heard Yogi and Boo Boo moved.
Yogi Boo Boo moved. Oh my gosh. Okay, they migrated from all the frequencies. Okay. Okay. One thing that I didn't finish talking about because I always get sidetracked, y'all. I'm sorry. But I was talking about the top causes of death at the park. Okay, the top causes of death. There was a fellow who wrote a book called Death in Yellowstone, Accidents and Foolhardiness. Foolhardiness. That's the word you don't hear very often. In the First National Park, attorney and longtime Yellowstone tour guide and park ranger Lee H. Whittlesey outlines the ways in which people have been hurt or killed at Yellowstone. To date, there have been 52 deaths, according to him, from his research in the park. But that was 3 years ago. So there's probably been more since then by a survey that he sources, which does not specify when the deaths occurred. But the most common cause of death in the park, according to the survey, is a tie at 12 each with car crashes and heart attacks. The second most common cause of death is a tie between falling and a category simply classified as undetermined causes.
Oh my!
Undetermined causes.
Those are the ones you want to look into.
Yeah, it says that both have resulted in 7 deaths each. And that was from a tally taken 3 years ago. Okay, survey, followed by drownings that accounted for 5 deaths. Between 2018 and 2020, Yellowstone ranked 4th of all national parks for the greatest number of search and rescues between 2018 and 2020 at 371.
Right.
Now that's search and rescue. That's people that were found alive, people that were found injured, people that were found dead. Okay. It says, let's see. They're saying also about people disappearing is not as common as people say. And they say that a lot of the articles, now this is the former park ranger, his name is Richard Jones. He says that he calls it clickbait, that the dangers of dying or disappearing at Yellowstone National Park are not that common, not to worry about it. Okay, well, I kind of disagree with that a little bit, okay, because we do know that there are missing persons clusters. I know this map is old. I know, y'all, but there is a missing persons, missing persons there, but we also have these remote viewing targets that Barry gave me. I wanted to talk about these briefly. This is from February of 2023. We did a show on this. It's on my playlist, but there are strange noises. I'm going to read the summary of this. There are strange noises heard around Lake Yellowstone, usually in the early morning hours, resembling whispers and human voices. Some say it sounds like the buzzing of bees, and theories on the cause of the sounds includes flocks of flying birds. I wonder if they're in donut shapes. Erupting volcanic gases, seismic activity, and the grounding of static electricity in the lake. The Native Americans believed the sounds were sacred, perhaps the ghostly voices of their ancestors. Explorers documented the whispers on their journals in the 1800s, and they continue to this day. Okay, that's wild. Now, this is not. I don't think this is the lake. This is Old Faithful, by the way. We didn't even talk about the geysers too much there at the park. But I did want to show this. I believe this must be one of the main lakes.
Yeah, Yellowstone Lake.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. What about these geysers? Like, there's some kind of hot springs they have there, right? And they have some kind of bacteria in them where you can't get in the water.
Yeah, not to mention they're also boiling hot. I mean, they'll take the flesh right off of your bone.
Oh my gosh.
All over.
So not only do you have like possibly like an acidic, but you also have the hot temperatures. And believe it or not, once in a while they will find wildlife in there. And and some tourists will try to step down, and you're supposed to stay on the platforms at all time and not go off the trails and stuff, but they seem to do it.
Oh gosh. I mean, you would have a boiled bison in there, bison soup. Of course, that would be a tragic, terrible way to die, actually. It was to get caught up in one of those. It says that Yellowstone contains more than 10,000 hydrothermal features, which represent the largest concentration in the world. Half of the world's known geysers are located at Yellowstone. And of course, the most famous is Old Faithful.
If you have a super volcano, it's got to let off pressure somewhere, and that's where it's coming out, is from the geysers. And it's bringing up minerals and deposits from inside Earth, bringing it out to the top, along with all these gases and the super conducting the water, making it super hot. But there's been new ones opening up. Have you heard the reports that they've been finding new geysers in Yellowstone? Not to mention the ones that the recent videos where they show the tourists on the boardwalk around it, and all of a sudden the geyser just explodes.
I did see that. I did. They're like, I don't think that was supposed to happen. It will, and people are speculating that maybe some of these new geysers that are popping up and bubbling to the surface is because of the lava or the magma. The lava, maybe it's going to reach a boiling point and explode soon. That's part of what people are worried about. Even though MSM and all these mainstream outlets say it's all misinformation.
Right.
And there's nothing to worry about, nothing to see here, folks, until it explodes one day. Okay. So we're not here to put fear in anyone's heart, y'all. It's just to bring awareness to it. Okay, bring awareness and to see what people are saying. And if you really want to get creeped out, let's talk about the gugway in the fog.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Y'all know about the gugways, right? Those are like the really violent Sasquatch.
Yep.
Okay. The type 3 Genosqua/gugway. And that was something else that Barry had tasked me with as a remote viewing target. And I'm going to read what this says. It says, there are also stories of dense electricity-filled fog in Yellowstone that has a malevolent energy to it. It seems to appear out of nowhere and follows people around, stalking them in the park. The mysterious fog has been associated with gugway with glowing red eyes, using the fog as cover for attacks on unsuspecting hikers. Some say the Yellowstone whispers protect them from the gugway in the dense fog.
Oh.
See how that's connected?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Yes. Well, I think it's pretty fantastic. I've had my own encounter with some fog that seemed to be alive, had a consciousness to it, and it was terrifying. That was one of the top 2 to 3 scariest things that's ever happened to me out in the field was that fog, actually. And I've been chased by monsters. I've seen monsters. Okay, so the fog was scarier.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you creepy about fog, and you don't know what's in it.
The
That's
weird
right.
thing is, when you talk about paranormal, people who go on investigations, they talk about how all of a sudden one area of their investigation becomes cold.
Mm-hmm.
So what if this fog is from something like that, like a gugway coming through a dimension, and you all of a sudden you have this temperature change where you're going to get a fog or a mist coming along with it. And electricity could be them with the energy coming from another dimension. And all of a sudden you see these sparks going through the fog.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, they say there's electricity in it. It makes you wonder. Okay, it's really, really odd. All right, really odd. They say that hikers go missing in these dense fogs out there, and they're never seen again. Of course, the Park Service, they make sure to state that they don't keep an exact tally.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they make sure to state that, but then they're like, oh, there's only 25 cases. But they don't know for sure. And they always know that, but they don't know for sure. Is that just a way to get them off the hook, you think?
I think so. I think it's plausible denial for them. So, oh, we don't really know. We don't really, And imagine all the visitors that come through this park every year, every day, especially through the tourist season. I mean, it's probably hard to keep track of everybody. I mean, you got 2.2 million acres. Now, I don't think all of it's open anymore, but it used to be when it first opened up. You could roam anywhere in the whole park.
Yes. Okay. It is actually, I have a specific number there. That's right. Thank you, Geryl. I forgot to mention how big Yellowstone is.
It's big. Yeah.
2,219,791 acres.
It's huge.
It covers Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, and it sits at 8,104 feet above sea level.
That's probably what's causing heart attacks.
That could be what's causing all the heart attacks.
Yeah. You feel dizzy. You have a hard time breathing when you're up high and you're not used to it. Yeah, you can easily probably have a heart attack. That's what the first thing I was thinking when you said heart attack.
And everybody that's been hiking or hunting, how exhausting it can be traveling up and down different mountain ridges. So imagine trying to hike through the park all day, then all of a sudden you see wolves or bear or buffalo.
Right.
I mean, that could be a real big stimulant to somebody that's already exhausted.
That's right. Absolutely. I do have this video too, because I see we're running short on time, y'all. And I want to show this. We've got to show this video if it'll play. This is, I actually got this. This is from, I want to give this. This is, what is the name of this website? Sasquatch Mafia. Okay, this is Sasquatch Mafia on YouTube, giving them full credit, even though this is a video from the actual Yellowstone Park. Okay, let's see if it'll play. Okay, here we go. I'm going to blow this up here for the screen. Everything's backwards on my two computers. Either I can go up or down. It's opposite on the other computer, so I get confused. All right, here we go, y'all. I want everybody to check this out. This is a CCTV video of Yellowstone by Old Faithful over there. Okay, and I want you to check out the screen to the far right. You're going to see some beings walking in just a second here. This is official footage out of their video CCTV live feed.
Right.
Okay, you're about to see some what I believe are real life Bigfoots walking through here. Okay. See there's the bison down there in the front. It's freezing cold. Let me read you a little summary. It says, this is from December of 2014. It shows buffalo at the Old Faithful Geyser at the Yellowstone National Park. This is an enhanced version of the video. The height of the buffalo, also known as the American bison, can vary, but on average they stand around 5 to 6 feet tall. That's the bison.
Right.
Okay. You're gonna see some figures walk behind those trees in the far upper right-hand corner. Okay, in just a second. The temperatures at the higher elevations of Yellowstone during the winter months drop to minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. That's minus 34 degrees Celsius or colder. Water temperatures in the Yellowstone geysers have been measured between 199 degrees Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The bipedal creatures in the videos remain unidentified. Now, this is the video. There's the figures walking right there. Can y'all see them?
Yep.
They're walking up there in the top corner. And then you're going to see one stand up right there in the middle behind that buffalo in the middle of the front of the tree.
Yep.
As well.
It looks big. Looks really tall.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Let me stop sharing. That's a commercial.
Nutritious foods.
Coming up. All right. We are stopping the share right there. Okay. That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it was.
And that was where I saw where phantomsandmonsters.com, I believe, had said that they had an article that said that was shown to a park ranger, and they confirmed that those are actual Sasquatch, according to his article. Okay. So does that prove that our government is fully aware of Bigfoot's existence? Maybe
they have to be. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, you can try to deny it, but when it's already out there, it's out there, because that video is never going away now that people have it. And like I was talking to you, I think before the show, that there's been a recent video from not necessarily CCTV cameras from the park, but from visitors at the park. And they thought they were filming two bears out in the meadow. Then all of a sudden they stand up and start walking away. So either they were shapeshifters and were bears and went to something else, or they were Sasquatch crouching, doing something. Then they got up and took off.
Yeah. A lot of times people see what they think is a bear and it's a Bigfoot. And and out there, the bison, I mean, the Bigfoots were just taller than the bisons. Okay. The bisons are like 6 feet tall. Those Bigfoots were, that one Bigfoot was like hovering over them. Okay. So, I think it's fantastic. You guys go check that out. I'll put the videos to the Yellowstone is not a petting zoo, and also a link to this Sasquatch Mafia, Squatch Mafia, in the comments after the show today. Okay, so you guys go and check those out. I'll pin it to the comment section after, and I have that video actually on my social media over on Facebook and on Instagram. Okay, so but nonetheless, I think that's pretty wild. There's so much going on at Yellowstone, y'all. And there's a long, pretty good history of Bigfoot sightings and other cryptids. Yeah. And the missing people. Okay. And it might all be connected. But for now, I thought it was important that we did kind of highlight the whole volcanic anomaly they've got going on out there.
Right.
Maybe some of those weird weather patterns. And, what could and would the Bigfoots and whatever's out there, could they go underground if that volcano were to erupt? I mean,
right. I mean, people talk about how they're dimensional even, so maybe they could even go off planet or into another dimension and not be affected by it, because they have that ability.
Oh yeah,
I've been seeing videos here lately, and I don't know if you guys have seen them, that someone that lives in the Yellowstone area was filming a water bottle on the ground, and this water bottle was just constantly shaking, like the tremors are just nonstop there.
Oh gosh,
It's
that's
a
not a
wild
good sign.
video. Yeah.
That's not good.
It's either that or a dinosaur is coming.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's not good.
What is underground marching? Yeah.
Yes. Well, we've also got all these underground bases and facilities and things like that too.
Maybe it's the high-speed rail underneath Yellowstone going.
Don't know.
There's no telling, but time will tell what happens out there. So it's up to us to be prepared for whatever.
Right.
And Digger Dog, thank you so much. I meant to mention that Thinker Thunker did an analysis of that video from Yellowstone of the Bigfoots and said that he was like, I remember him saying, why would anybody in their right mind put on a monkey gorilla suit and go out there in that cold of temperatures out there, walking through the snow like it's nothing, seamlessly. And plus with all the hunters out there, they risk getting shot. and hanging out with those bison and stuff, there's just too much of a chance of those people, if it's a person in a suit or even a hunter wearing animal skins and stuff.
Right.
It's too much of a
risk.
If you're in your right mind, yes, if you're in your right mind, you're not going to do it. Okay.
That time of year, you don't see a lot of people. My brother and his wife, they do stay in their tiny little town year round. 3/4 of the population leave in the wintertime. There's very few people who stay around. It is that bitter cold. You can have 20 feet or more of snow in your yard by time of spring. A lot of people don't stick around. So seeing someone out, in that cold in the middle of nowhere, they're nuts.
And just outside the park where her brother lives, they have switchbacks. They'll be closed down. So a lot of time you won't have travel between town and town. So if you're there, you're stuck there for at least almost 6 months.
Yeah, places are closed up and they have to wait until the passes open up.
It reminds me of The Shining. People go out there and they got stuck.
Yeah.
The Psycho Man. Yeah, that's wild. That's really wild. You gotta hunker down.
Yeah, and you do. You got to stock up on food. And my mother did that also before she passed away. You stock up on dog food, cat food, soup. Very few people actually stay around year round. They usually take off somewhere because it's brutal being up there in the winter.
You gotta wonder where the Bigfoot's going. I mean, I'm assuming the Bigfoots are fully equipped with their furry,
I
skin
think so.
suits.
I think it's just like the bison and the animals. They're used to that environment. Just like up in Alaska, you see animals out there all the time. Even huskies and dogs will lay in the snow and curl up and stay warm from their own body heat, and then they'll be covered up with a drift. Oh, look at that! That's cool.
Oh yeah, this is my Sasquatch from Yellowstone with his dogs or wolves there. So yes, AI strikes again. That was one of my AI creations. But I did want to do one last thing before we go today, and that's to show a couple of pictures that were allegedly taken at national parks of dogmen. And I want to give a shout out to Squatch Watch on Instagram and on TikTok. He put some pretty interesting videos and stuff out and some posts. And so please go and follow him on Instagram, you guys. And I wanted to show a couple of these. I think this is actually kind of neat. I wanted to get your opinion. I'd seen this picture's been around for a long time, actually.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I've seen it. It looks like one of my old pit bulls. That's what it looks like. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that could be real? I don't know.
I mean, it could be.
Look how tall he would be.
Yeah.
They're pretty tall. Yeah.
It could be, but these days you just don't know what to say these days.
He's got some skinny little arms there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But,
I would think a Dogman be almost like more muscular, more stout than that picture, but I don't know.
Well, I think they come in all shapes and sizes, probably. And I know the pictures that I post are like my stuff's AI, y'all. I don't have a real picture of a Dogman that I've taken myself yet. Okay. So for now, we're using AI, and a lot of times they come off really muscular and real thick. Yeah. But in reality, they very well could be super skinny and lanky like that.
Could be.
They could be. So anyways, that's one of them. Okay. Here's another one.
Oh yeah.
Picture. I think that's a good one right there. Look at those ears.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And we've got one more here. This one's supposed to be out of Northern California. I know these pictures have all been around for a long time, y'all. But these are supposed to be out of national parks.
Now that's kind of what I would think a Dogman would look like. I've never seen one, but I would think that's in my mind. That's what one would look like.
Yes. Well, as we know, they come in all shapes and sizes, just like us humans, all colors, all shapes.
Plus, you have that video of the Dogman or whatever it was digging up the grave in the cemetery.
Oh, and it looked a lot like those that we just showed, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Very much like one of those Van Helsing types. And let's see, I do have my charts here. Let's see, we'll look real quick. It would look like a werewolf, maybe the one that's the canine variant 1 at the very top right there, the canine variant 3 at the bottom. Kind of like that.
Right.
The Van Helsing one. So yeah. I guess that's about it, y'all. This has been a wonderful show. And I appreciate Jane and Geryl. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today.
Oh, thanks for having
us.
us.
It's always fun.
Of course, it is always fun, isn't it? Well, do y'all have any final thoughts on Yellowstone? Any like advice or just any kind of thoughts on what's going on there right now?
Watch the animals.
Watch the animals. That's very important.
Watch the animals. They know.
And like I said earlier, Edgar Casey predicted it. So watch Mount Vesuvius over there in Italy and see if it's starting to act up. And like I said, I thought I saw some reports where it's starting to get a little active, little tremors coming from it. So keep a watchful eye over there. And like Jane said, keep watching the animals.
And watch for global radar donuts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a big cup of coffee that goes with that?
Well, you're just going to have to get your own coffee. Yes, there could be. Who knows? There's so many anomalies out there now.
Yeah, watch the weather maps during storms, and you can see them manipulate and move things around.
Oh my gosh. I'm seeing all these comments about the dog, probably the skinny Dogman.
Yeah.
It looks like
skinny Dogman.
Looks like a pit bull. Bigfoot dwarf said Sharpay man.
There might be one. I don't know.
He kind of did. And Roger said it looked like it had mange. I agree with you, Roger. It did look like it had irritated skin. Yeah. So, and was it, let's see, Digger Dog, I think, or no, Bounty Hunting Bear said, of all the different beings I've seen so far, about 70% are skinnier, not hefty. And that's a great point right there. I
mean, it could look more like a hyena. If you want, I mean, there's a lot of hyena reports of werewolves and Dogman looking the same. So maybe it looks more like a hyena than an actual dog that we would think of.
Wow. Yes, that's similar to what I saw on the side of the road in Alabama, actually. So there's just a nice variety. And man, thank you, Area 51. You're the best too. We appreciate you. Well, you guys, please tell the audience where they can find you, Midwest Night Watchers and Chiro Sounds on YouTube. Y'all tell the audience about your shows and anything y'all want to promote today, please.
Yeah, we have shows all the time. Sundays are Piercing the Veil, and we just had Jessica on. We're talking about Blemmies, so go and check that show out. That was awesome.
Blemmies.
And then, so our guests are normally on Sundays at 6 p.m. and UKs are usually 2 p.m. Central because they're obviously 8 p.m. of their time in the UK. So look for those shows at a special time for UK guests. And we have the Night Owl Lounge on Wednesdays where we hang out with chat and just converse, show old maps, whatever comes up in chat, we talk about and have fun.
Tonight, 10 Central.
Amazing. Well, we'll be there. Okay, everybody go in the chat, live chat, and show some support. Please subscribe to Midwest Night Watchers. And Jane, you've got Chiro Sounds as well with your beautiful handpan tunes and everything you do. I love it.
We've got Chiro Sounds that has a variety of instruments. We've got tongue drums, handpans, flutes, you name it. Sometimes I do keyboard and guitar, but there's just all kinds of instruments and singing bowls. I mean, you can just relax and close your eyes and just meditate with singing bowls. So there's all kinds of videos over there that can help everyone just help sleep or just relax or just to be entertained.
And speaking of entertaining, you guys have those live cameras and you can watch the baby skunks and the raccoons and the deer and UFOs.
Night sky.
Everything.
Night sky. Yeah, if it's not cloudy, I've got one camera pointing to the night sky. There's strange lights that happen in the northern skies almost every night. The Big Dipper activity is happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
If it's not cloudy, I'm trying to film it. I did film it last night. I just didn't upload the last night's video yet.
And like you have on the screen, all of our shows go to our Rumble channel also. And Fridays and Saturdays, we try to do movie nights. And last week, we showed the conspiracy theory with Mel Gibson. So that was a great movie. And so if you want to watch old monster movies or suspense movies or something in the high strangeness, come check us out on Fridays and Saturdays on Rumble.
Awesome. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here today. And you guys, everybody, please go subscribe, show some love to Jane and Geryl, y'all. And so thank y'all again so much for being here. And everybody, please stay safe out there.
Yeah.
And don't live in fear. Okay. Like Jane, you always say, keep your vibrations high.
Keep your vibrations high.
Yes.
Yep.
don't be scared, y'all. And listen, if all dogmen were to look like that skinny pup right there that we just saw, there's nothing to fear. Okay. There's
Right.
You can take them out with a leg kick. Okay. I'm just saying. Just go for the arms. Okay.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
try to pet the dog, man.
Don't
Yeah.
pet the dog. Can I pet that dog, man?
Can I pet that dog, man?
Yes.
No
my
selfies
gosh.
with the moose.
Oh man. Okay. Well, you guys, please like the video today, everybody. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed our show, and subscribe to my channel if you hadn't already, and share it out to everybody. Leave some comments underneath the video. It does help with the algorithm. I could use as much help as I can get because YouTube is not notifying people when my videos are going out right now and stuff.
Yeah.
So y'all, thank you for all the support. I love you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern with Arkeem Ra. He has given me 2 blind coordinate remote viewing targets. They do involve Montauk and Camp Hero, actually. And my remote viewing teammate, Susan, actually also was given those targets. And we're going to have her data as well as mine for tomorrow night's show with Arkeem. Wow. And it's going to blow your socks off. Okay.
Wow.
It will. Everybody be sure to be here. Be here or be square, y'all. And and also Saturday night, I do have Javier Morales of Cryptid 559. He said that there's been a huge uptick in cryptid reports, Dogman, Bigfoot, UFOs, everything where he lives right now. And so he's got a whole list. We're going to go over a lot of information on Saturday night.
Wow.
So
That'll
come
be
back
fun.
and see us. It's going to be a great show on Saturday. But in the meanwhile, y'all, please stay safe out there and keep your vibrations high, as Jane always says.
Mm-hmm.
Keep looking up.
Keep looking up.
I'm sending all my love and light out to all you guys, and I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. All right.
Much
everybody,
love.
take care,
Bye,
y'all.
everybody.
And be safe out there, especially if you live near Yellowstone. All right. Bye, y'all.